Hey everybody, welcome to Healthy Humor with Alicia M. Bridges and Daniel G. Garza. This is a show about everyday health awareness topics with a laugh or two. So just remember, we're not making fun of you, we're laughing with you. We have a guest today, Mr. Chris Pettit. How you doing, sir?
Hi, guys. I'm doing so well. It is so early over here on the West Coast. Thank you so much for waking me up to do this. I really appreciate it. Usually my kids do that, but yeah, it's good to change things up a little bit. So.
Well, we act like kids on this show, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's one of the laughs. I just wasted one. Whoops. We only got one more left, you guys.
We're
only allowed 2 laughs on the show, so let's be very careful about this next laugh. Let's make it.
Now, my question is it two a piece or 2 total?
Oh, we maybe talk to our producer about that. That's a really good question, Athlete.
We need to get from a producer. Is it 2 laughs per person or 2 laughs for the whole show?
I'm pretty sure you said it's more than 2 laughs. You guys are out of a job, and I'm never allowed on the show again. So I think that's what was.
We have exceeded the laughs that we are allowed for one show.
Damn it.
Goodness, it hasn't even been 5 minutes yet, guys.
We're so wasteful on the show. But hey, just to get people to know who you are, Chris, tell us a little bit about you, man.
My name is Chris Pettit. I am from not so sunny Portland, Oregon. I've got, how much detail am I supposed to give you guys? Because I can go on and on.
Social security number, mom's maiden name, PIN number.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can go into all that. Yeah. I have, I'm married to a beautiful woman. You guys both heard of her, at least.
Yes,
Kareen.
she is really gorgeous. Like, I totally have a girl crush on your wife.
Yes, I know. And my wife has made it very clear, Alicia, that she would leave me for you. So that's completely mutual. And Daniel is trying to steal me away from her. So it's like, oh my gosh, wow.
Wow, talk about Pandora's box. Woo!
Jeez, I know. Woo. I have 3 sons who are the joy of my life when they're not driving me crazy. And I'm talking about psoriasis today, right? Is that what I'm talking about? Or am I talking?
It almost sounded like you thought you were on a dating show. I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to hook him up with somebody? Like,
oh, he's like, I'm 6'2", 3 kids. I like walks on the beach.
And what is your sign?
What is my sign? I don't even know that. I don't know.
When's your birthday?
No. May 24th. So I'm a Gemini?
Oh, gosh. Ew. Get him off the line.
God. We'll never find him anybody.
Yeah, since I'm not allowed to come back, I might as well just leave it all out there. Leave it on the field, as they say. Yes, I am a Gemini, and yes, I have psoriasis. I was diagnosed.
You're welcome back to the show now. You have psoriasis, so I like it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It's so hard to find good friends these days. I guess I better keep looking then. Yeah, it's I have psoriasis. That's one of our laughs, you guys. Gosh, I haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. I was diagnosed when I was 12.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
it's been a long journey.
60 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, wow. I know, right? No, I mean, each kid.
He's one of the founders. Chris is one of the founders of psoriasis.
Yeah, I'm one of the founders of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about this conversation is that both you and Alicia have something in common, and then something that 3 of us have in common is we all do comedy.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we try. I think you guys are a little funnier, but you guys work really well together.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think as far as the more psoriasis stuff, Alicia, you should take the lead on this, and you would know what to ask.
Okay, so Chris,
yeah.
How long have you been dealing with psoriasis? You said since 12, right?
Yeah, so it's been it's been over 20 years now, so I'm a veteran.
Okay.
I'm used to it. I've tried lots of different things for it, the ointments and the lotions, and I feel like I've told this story a million times before. I mean, at least you can relate to that. We tell our stories all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've done biologics and stuff for it, and it's I guess I was actually thinking about oh man, all week I was thinking to myself, what am I going to talk about when I'm on the show this Saturday? What am I going to talk about? And one of the things that I actually popped in my mind, and knowing you guys, I was thinking, why not we're adults. Why not talk about, no time with psoriasis? Because that is actually a question that is asked to me. People actually ask me that a lot.
So when you say like, no time, I want to make sure I'm following this. Because in my mind, no time is like, okay, I don't know. So what is no time?
Oh my gosh.
Do you mean sex?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why that would be no time. My no time is like when I'm on my period or something. That's
oh my God.
That's when I say no time. So I just wanted to clarify.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? That was a collective gasp of everybody listening to the show. right there.
Okay,
it was said. She said it.
We have to talk in code you have to talk on code, but for the people of the show,
this is gonna be hilarious.
We'll talk about. So no time is apparently sex. So how does psoriasis impact your sex life? I mean, obviously it impacts it heavy if you're calling it no time in regards to your psoriasis. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, that's psoriasis. No. It does affect things a little bit. I mean, we're talking about dry skin, so gosh, it's really hard to talk about this. I did not think this through. I should go sit in the car. I'm gonna go do that.
Every time you say the word hard, we have to take a shot.
Oh my gosh.
I tried to tell you.
Oh God, now
choose your constant wisdom. All right, actually, I'm in the car now. So, yes, we're talking about sex. It's sex. We're talking about sex with psoriasis. It actually, yes, it does affect things. I mean, you can imagine it's dry skin, so things get dry, things get uncomfortable. It's just funny to me though, because I've actually been asked. People have asked me, well, hey, how does that work? Like doing stuff with your wife. People actually ask me this, and it's like, well, when a guy with psoriasis loves his wife very, very much, and if I have to explain this to you, I mean, you're obviously not getting any. So.
Right.
It's just funny how the questions people ask. It's like, really?
Well, when people ask me about sex with psoriasis, I'm just like, it's like having sex with the black cheetah. How I put it. So.
Oh, he doesn't know about the black cheetah.
Yeah. No, Chris, weren't you at the conference?
Which one? I've been to a few.
Healthy Voices.
Oh, no, I wasn't there.
Okay, so in my stand-up, I talked about, because I am black and I have spots, that I refer to myself as Black Cheetah. So that's where that joke comes from.
All right. Sounds like a really cool superhero.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh my gosh, yes. I said that in the joke. I'll have to tag you.
It sounds like a good superhero name for a late night movie on Showtime.
Exactly.
That's what I've been saying. You haven't even heard about the Alicia River?
Oh gosh. Get back to Christmas psoriasis.
See, yeah, this is going to go down a really weird rabbit hole.
I have a question though, because Alicia and I have talked about stress and psoriasis and how it flares up more when you're stressed. Now, 3 kids, a wife, life, how do you manage your stress?
Well, I think a big outlet actually has been social media. I think that's why I started this whole joke telling thing. And I think there, a lot of people appreciate it. And then there's people who don't. But that's kind of been my way of handling. I mean, the stress it's obviously still there. I still flare up pretty bad, but I think just laughing and making people laugh, I think really helps to kind of relieve some of that stress. So yeah, that's definitely been my outlet. That's why I'm a very self-proclaimed comedian. I don't even actually know how funny I actually am. Alicia says I'm funny AF, but I
do say that.
So, I mean, I'm assuming that she actually thinks that because she comments with LMFAO a lot.
Oh my gosh, I do. You are really observant, right? Wow, I really do. That's like my go-to. What are some of your favorite jokes in regards to psoriasis? Because I see you put a lot of funny stuff on the psoriatic stand-up page. So tell some of the listeners some of the content that you posted.
Well, I think one of my favorites was if my psoriasis were a horror movie, it would be the Flare Itch Project.
The Flare Itch Project.
Yeah.
Wow.
I liked that one. Or if my psoriasis was a Samuel L. Jackson movie, it would be Flakes on a Plane. I'm tired of these motherfucking flakes on this motherfucking plane. Yeah.
That's
people like that one. That was a good one. Because, I mean, I know if I were to ask Samuel L. Jackson himself, hey, what do you think of psoriasis? He'd say, psoriasis is a mother. I don't know how much we can say on here, but I'll just bleep it at that. So I think, stuff like that, because movie-related stuff I actually like to do is kind of my thing. But, another one was big, too. Alicia, you actually really like this, was my psoriasis can go flake itself.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a big one. But, just stuff like that. I mean, not like, I don't know, some people get offended. I get a lot of angry reactions to my jokes.
Really?
People don't like it.
Do they inbox you, or do they comment? Like, how do they express those sentiments?
Well, one time I made a video kind of mocking people who think that using soap and good vibes cures psoriasis. I made a funny joke about that. And somebody called me again, I don't know how much I can say on the air here, but they called me a piece of poop emoji because of that. And so I had to explain to them, which that actually has a happy ending. Explain to them, like, hey, it's just because there is no cure for this disease. And, this page, that's what it's about. It's about making jokes and having a good laugh and all that. He's like, oh, okay, I get it. But he still left the angry face, so I don't think he really forgave me.
Did he have psoriasis, or?
Yeah, he did. And I think that's actually one of the, it's funny because now I think people take me a little more seriously because I actually am flaring. Because when I started this whole thing, I was clear because of the biologics I was on. So I think people saw my videos and they thought, well, this guy doesn't even have it. What's going on here? So I think if I suffered any side effects from the biologics I was on, it was my loss of credibility. I think that was the one side effect that I suffered from.
You need to write this stuff down for your stand-up because that's hilarious.
Yes. So now people are like, oh, yeah, yep, he's cracking, he's bleeding, he's suffering like me. I'll listen to what he has to say. I'll listen to it.
Right. Now I can relate.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's kind of horrible that I get that from, we talked about this before on the show. People see me with HIV and pain. They can't see it, so they don't believe that I'm sick or hurting or whatever.
Yeah.
Until they hear me stand up and all my bones crack. They're like, oh my God, does that hurt? I'm like, yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah.
So how do you handle the backlash being comedic advocate for psoriasis? How do you handle that? You tell them to flake off?
First, yeah, now I do, yeah. At first, it would bug me. It actually bothered me. I was like, well, why doesn't this person like me?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, I started thinking to myself, for every one person that's angry at my content, there's at least 10 people who like it. So it's a good ratio. So I just kind of went with that. And I started looking at it as, okay, well, you know what, this person's angry with me. But Alicia, as you and I both know, psoriasis, that's a very isolating disease. It's known as the lonely disease because it isolates people and people don't want to be part of their communities. And so the way I see it is if this person is angry, at least they're talking about it. They're not closing themselves up. Be angry. That's totally fine. You don't have to laugh at my stuff. But then I also tell them, hey, try to be angry if you're laughing at a good joke. Just try. I dare you to try. It's hard.
I like how you put that you're not even offended by people not necessarily being a fan of some of your jokes. You just like the fact that they're talking about it. So I feel like that's really inspiring, and that's great to hear. So.
Yeah, and there's worse things going on in life right now. Some psoriasis jokes. I mean, that's not even, come on, people. There's other things to be worried about and getting angry about. It's just how you look at it. It's a chronic disease. There's nothing we can do about it right now except, making ourselves comfortable dealing with the symptoms. We might as well make what you want your chronic disease to be. Make it fun. If you want to be happy or if you want to be miserable, be miserable. I mean, some people sadly choose that route. So I appreciate the haters. I really do. One time I posted on my personal page, nobody ever quenched their thirst sipping on the haterade. So drink some water and change your attitude. That's
I like that. It needs to be your mission statement for 2019.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Me for president.
Well, somebody.
Somebody, anybody. I mean,
anybody.
But don't you guys think that when we do advocate in a funny way or in a provocative way and people react, I always feel like if somebody reacts to something I say about HIV or depression or anxiety or whatever, I'm pushing a button. I'm forcing them to really look at the situation, even though they don't want to.
Exactly. And, we're going to offend people. I mean, that's just how it is. I was watching, there's a show on Netflix. You guys have probably heard of it. It's called Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Yes.
With Jerry Seinfeld. He has Steve Harvey on there. And Steve Harvey, that's what he talks about. He talks about how comedians, every time they step on stage, we're going to offend somebody. There's going to be somebody who doesn't like it. But that is, the way he put it is, you sacrifice one for the many. Because it's the same thing. You're going to offend one person, but there's going to be a lot more people out there that laugh. And I mean, who knows? I mean, I've had lots of people who have messaged me like angry, like, I can't believe you said that. What a jerk. But then they come back later like, okay, I get what you're saying. That's pretty funny. All right.
Yeah.
I get it. So I think it's just they're alone. There's people out there who feel like they're alone in this. I was there. I mean, I wasn't always like this. I exploited my disease for fame. That's why I am where I am now. I think some people are just like, oh, you just like the attention. It's like, yeah, I do, because I'm sick and tired of being alone because of this damn disease. So if there's anybody listening out there, that's my message for the day. Exploit your chronic illness for fame. Do it.
Oh, gosh. That's hilarious.
It's good. It's good. You know, because, I mean, look at me, you guys. Look at me. I'm kind of one of the hottest things in psoriatic disease right now. So I'm just saying.
I can totally vouch for that. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Dan is like, well, I'm not getting AIDS, so, you know, whatever.
I don't even know where to go now.
He's like, I hate you so much. Get off my show.
There used to be this love for you, Chris. I don't know where it went.
He's like, Chris, you get off the Alicia Bridges show right now. Get off of it right now.
No, but you know what? It's cool that there's something that you guys have in common, because obviously she has insights that I would not have.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. It's awesome. I mean, if you were Mexican, I'd be like, I'm all over this one. But
wow,
are you
muy caliente?
How do you
now,
say psoriasis in Spanish?
What's that?
I don't know. What am I Google Translate? I don't know.
Oh, I
wonder if it stays the same.
Let me look it up.
Psoriasis. Gotta put an O in.
Now I'm curious. Now I'm curious.
Getting a little racist and offensive on here now.
No!
Psoriasis.
Spanish, they have
psoriasis.
at the end. Oh my God.
Hold on. Now I'm looking it up because I'm curious.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Well, it's spelled the same, basically, psoriasis. I don't know. Let me see if it tells me.
Psoriasis.
Well, okay.
Psoriasis.
Psoriasis.
There we go.
It sounds like
psoriasis.
It's sorry asses.
Sorry,
hey.
That's what I call psoriasis on my butt cheeks.
Sorry asses.
Psoriasis.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with you? I have psoriasis.
I thought psoriasis was when you had anal cancer.
You know what? I'm not. I'm not doing that today. No, sir.
It just got dark. Wow.
Hey.
I thought psoriasis is what you call anal sex.
Oh my God. Wow, it just went full on hustler up in here.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Yes, folks, these are conversations that a parent can only have in a car, just so you know. But for now, we want to thank you guys for joining us. Thank you again, Chris, for being on the show. We really appreciate all your insight and your comedy chops.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, you guys. Thanks for the laugh.